Hello everyone, my name is Rui and I'm honored to be invited to the 2022 European Conference on Economics, Politics and Policy to share my research findings. The title of my paper is Governance of Hutong Parking Problems in Beijing, Analysis from a Perspective of Policy Tools. I will be presenting it in 5 parts below. Firstly, the hutongs in Beijing's old city have a profound cultural significance, but due to the age of their construction, their parking supply cannot match the demand of the rapidly growing population, thus seriously slowing down the economic and social development of Beijing. When managing the parking issue in Beijing's old city, finding a fair balance between space planning and parking demand is the most difficult challenge. Numerous policy studies on parking in Beijing's hutongs have been conducted, with a massive number of studies aiming to develop parking devices, utilizing new technologies and methods, proposing parking plans from a holistic perspective, etc. However, there is currently a scarcity of research focusing on a mix of policy tools. So this paper investigates the challenging parking situation in Beijing's hutongs, drawing on the classification proposed by Hood. This paper tries to determine which combination of policy tools can successfully improve the hutong parking problem during the implementation phase in Dongcheng and Xicheng districts. Hood classified policies into 4 categories in 1983: nodality, authority, treasure, and organization. It is vital to highlight that each policy instrument fulfills the NATO analytical framework's detector and effectors roles. Specifically, we collected 54 relevant articles from the official websites of Dongcheng and Xicheng districts. Furthermore, we carefully read the document, extracted the keyword that indicates the 4 types of instruments, and classified all the policy texts into 4 categories based on Hood's classification. Next, we correspond these keywords to the policy documents. Finally, we categorize the policy documents according to keywords hidden in titles and counted the articles in each category in 2 urban areas. Considering the preceding, it is evident that both Dongcheng and Xicheng districts use the 4 policy tools identified by Hood. In quantitative terms, authority is the most widely used policy tool in both the Dongcheng and Xicheng districts. Both urban governments use their official authority most often to control the direction and the content of parking governance directly. This stems from the fact that China is a country that relies heavily on the power of the government, which has the most power and make all kinds of policies, while encouraging the participation of social forces. Therefore, authority is mostly often used in the process of parking governance. In contrast, the Dongcheng district government used all 4 policy tools more than the Xicheng district government. In addition to being government-led, some social forces are also involved in the management of the hutong parking problem. For example, Dongcheng district has used the professionalism of corporate entities in the market to introduce property management to hutongs. Finally, in terms of policy type, Dongcheng District has been exploring parking solutions since 2010, while Xicheng District was officially put into the management of Hutong parking only in 2016. However, thanks to the rich experience of the success and failure of the Dongcheng District, governance in the Xicheng District has also been in full swing in recent years with outstanding success. Overall, the Hudong parking problem has been effectively addressed in the Dongcheng and Xicheng districts due to the extensive use of a combination of the 4 policy tools. However, the subsidy policy and the and participation of community residents in the Dongcheng and Xicheng districts should receive more attention than authority and organization policy tools. To sum up, the Dongcheng district and Xicheng district, two urban areas of Beijing, have policies on hutong parking that have learned from each other and developed together. In the subsequent development, if Dongcheng district and Xicheng district can use various policy tools more comprehensively and dovetail with Beijing's policy direction, the hutong parking problem can be more effectively managed. Thank you for your attention.